Hello everyone, welcome to TLC Thursday. So last week, I am so sorry we didn't have a TLC video. What was I thinking? Well, I was going through a little bit of a busy week and my honey took me to Laguna Beach. So relationships come first, and I'm so sorry that I didn't come out with a video for last week's TLC Thursday. Today is going to be a fun video because a lot of people have requested this video because I hear so many fears you all have regarding your relationships. So today I thought I'd do a video kind of incorporating my top picks for the fears that I keep hearing people have in their relationships. So ladies, I think you're gonna relate to a couple of these fears. I think we all can. And so if you got a pen or piece of paper, grab it, and we're gonna get started with the top 5 fears of being in a relationship. All right, so here are the 5 most... Okay, is everything good? All right. Well, my number 1 fear is a mic falling on your head. So let's get into it, ladies. Okay, no, but seriously, let's really get into the 5 most common fears we all have regarding relationships. So number 1, straying. Number 2, tragedy. Number 3, maybe not feeling good enough. Number 4, growing apart. Number 5, losing all security. Now, these are the most common ones. I know that we can probably create a list of all these other fears that we have, but what I hear, especially with women in relationships, is it all comes down to these top 5. And the goal isn't to rid yourself from all fear, because fear is fear, and it's pretty much like an emotion that we have every day. You know, we can feel fear every single day. It's just, does it consume you? Because the thing is if you are living in these fears and you let these fears consume you, these fears will destroy any relationship. It can destroy anything that you want to achieve outside of a relationship. If you're trying to achieve something in business, achieve something within your family or within yourself, if you let fear grab you, it's going to destroy anything that you want. But the goal isn't to try to rid fear, because it is a natural emotion, just like any emotion. Happiness, sadness, anger, all these are natural emotions. So if you are, in a relationship and these fears start popping in your brain, whether, the relationship, your man or even woman is going to cheat on you, or the fear of losing something, as far as security or something that's so certain in your life, even tragedy, things can happen to us on any given day. These are normal fears that anybody, no matter how perfect of a relationship you're in, these are fears that everyone has. Now, with that said, you gotta learn how to dance with it, play with it, or put it aside. And the truth is, in order to do this, you have to know what you have and where you are in the present moment. So, we can always feel these things, but when you're with somebody, knowing where you are in that present moment will rid any fear that you have. Because the truth is, any one of these things can happen in our lives. But do you want to live and dwell on it, or could we just deal with it if it happens? The thing is if we're so, consumed in the thought of something tragic happening, in our lives, or, our significant other cheating on us, it consumes you in a way where your natural energy is going to be restricted. And if anyone knows about TLC, we're all about passion and powerful energy. So, ladies, if you have had any fear of either, even if you're single, getting into a relationship because of you don't want to get into a relationship because of these fears, put it aside, because the most powerful love there is a love from an intimate spouse, is a love that you give to an intimate spouse. And these fears are always going to play with you. They're always going to come in and sneak up on you and scare the shit out of you. But if you know that it's just an emotion, it's just something natural that comes in, and if you can just put it to the side and say, you know what, thank you, but I'm enjoying my ride right now, you're going to have a much pleasant life with your partner, and you're gonna have more fun with life. So, these are the most common fears, and you know what? Put that shit aside and deal with it if it happens. If it doesn't, most of the time it doesn't happen, but we create these scenarios in our head. But put them aside, because ladies, we want powerful relationships. And if you're single, girl, get out there and start dating and find a relationship, because you know what? These fears are not going to ruin what you want. So go out there and date. So if I've missed anything or you have some questions of your own, don't hesitate to go to the TLC website or go to any one of my social media outlets to ask whatever it is that you want to ask. I do have an action item for you. I want you to write down at least 2 fears that you may have if you're in a relationship or if you're single, and maybe what's stopping you from getting into a relationship. 2 fears that you may have that's stopping you from having the relationship of your dreams. Now go into it. What stories created these fears, or what could you do to put them aside? What kind of life would you live in this relationship if you put those fears aside? You know, if you're single, what kind of relationship would you want to get into if you were just to put those fears aside and really get into what you want? Please write this down for your sake, but also share it on anyone. Like I said, any one of, my social media contacts. Hopefully Alex has this floating around, or on the Ladies Coach website. And I'll be snooping along and trying to engage with you all as well. So like always, ladies, it is so good to be in front of the camera again. You guys like my tan? I was in Laguna Beach just laying out. And I will see you next Thursday for TLC Thursday. Like what you see? Check out last week's TLC Thursday video by clicking right here. And for more TLC goodness, head over to theladiescoach.com where you'll find loads of loving fun. Catch you next week.